back. You're amongst friends.
Time now for our next guest.
Billy Connolly is the reason I got into comedy. I was 12 when my grandma first gave me a Billy Connolly cassette. And what blew me away was how funny he was. That and how many new swear words I learned.
Dreadful. Idiots.
Voted the most influential British stand-up comedian of all time, Billy's been at it for over 40 years and made an impression on the silver screen too. He's now lent his pipes to the eagerly awaited new Disney Pixar film Brave as the one-legged Scottish King Fergus.
Oh, that's my favourite part.
From Sydney, please welcome Billy Connolly. Awesome movie. For those who don't know, what's the film all about?
It's about I'm the king, and I have a queen, a wife, and we have a little daughter, Merida, who is a very strong-headed young girl who doesn't want to marry people that we have chosen for her. They're a kind of chinless bunch. And she wants to ride her horse and do archery and tra-la-la-la-la-la and ride through the countryside. And she goes to see a witch, as everybody does in a decent story. You know, the whole audience are going, "Don't go to the witch! Don't eat the apple! Don't drink anything out of the cauldron! Your granny's a wolf! Can't you see she's a wolf?"
Now, Billy, watching the movie, you were clearly the perfect person to play the Scottish King, but when you heard that Disney Pixar were making a film set in Scotland, you would have been furious if they hadn't cast you, surely.
Oh, no, listen. Braveheart and Rob Roy had every Scotsman who could walk upright except me. At one point, I was out at a theatre and I gave the casting lady a lift home. And I still never get in the damn movie.
Well, now, that was, of course, you're referencing Braveheart there. And this film's called Brave, and there's the song Scotland the Brave. Are Scottish people brave?
Oh, yeah. Well, they have this history. Anywhere that life is hard, you get labelled brave. And we've been fighting for hundreds of years. You know, other people's wars and being mercenaries and all that. So they've got that kind of brave thing going, you know.
Just to make sure we've
I don't know whether they deserve... I'm not a brave guy. I'm not... To hell with that. I'm a banjo player. I'm an embroiderer.
You're a bit more than that. And just so we've covered off on all the Scottish stereotypes that we can, Billy, do you ever get around in a kilt?
Oh, yeah. Kilt's good, you know. You should try wearing a kilt sometime. It's good. Because it's kind of heavy. There's about 9 yards of material in it. It's cool in the summer and warm in the winter, and it's a jolly thing, a kilt. You'd like it.
Billy,
you must never call it a skirt.
We never would. Were you wearing a kilt when you gave that casting director a lift home?
That's a very good question. The terrible thing is, when I gave her a lift home, I didn't know she was a casting director. Or I would never have done it in case I looked creepy. She just said, "Oh, if you get a car," and I'm a non-drinker, it was in a bar, and I said, "Yes." She said, "Could you take me to the Hilton?" I said, "Certainly." And it was afterwards they said she was the casting person. I thought, what a witch. The least she could have offered me a part in the damn movie.
Now, Billy, we appreciate you keeping it clean tonight, but you do like to swear. Are we going to see, like, an adults-only version of the movie come out?
Before we go any further, I do swear, but I swear very, very well. Credit where credit is due.
Yeah. Well, we've heard.
And if you have children, there's a lot of stuff in the Australian press this week that children swear from the age of 3. Point them in my direction. Get them my videos. If they're going to swear, get them to do it properly. It's the least you can do.
You do swear very well, and we've laughed at it for years, so much so that you were recently named the most influential stand-up comedian in the UK. We love you, we know you're hilarious, but what exactly does most influential stand-up comedian mean?
I think it was because I was the first... you know, when I was on the road at first, most comedians had blue mohair suits and were telling mother-in-law jokes and Pakistani jokes and all that. And I was the first of the wild bunch, the hairy people, you know, just telling it like it is and being out there and, you know, doing what I do.
Now, Billy, you're an incredibly funny guy, and instinctively we want to laugh at you all the time. Do people ever laugh at you when you're trying to be serious, and does it get frustrating for you?
Yes. Some people just are horrible. It's the worst thing to have in your life as a comedian is a drunk woman saying, "Tell me a joke, tell me a joke."
Now, Billy, unfortunately, we are running out of time, but can I ask you, have you got a short, clean joke you could tell us?
I have. My friend sent it by email to me the other day. He said... I love it. Look, you probably hate it. A lot of people have hated it that I've told it. A Glasgow guy went into a pet shop and he said, "I'd like to buy a goldfish." And the guy says, "Would you like an aquarium?" He says, "I don't care what its star sign is. I just..."
Oh, brilliant. Well, Billy, we could talk to you all night, but unfortunately we have to go. But Brave is in cinemas everywhere from June the 21st. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much.
There's still more project to come, so don't go away. We'll be back in a tick.